Hi everybody, this is Vanquished Angel, and I'm back with another Linux tip on how and commands to use on your hard drive and how to save a failing hard drive. So these are the commands that you're going to use, and I'll explain what each one of them does here in a little bit. So we're going to go to Tools and we're going to open up the terminal. This first one here lists the available hard drives and partitions that are on that hard drive. So we're going to put that here. And that is sudo fdisk-l. And you're going to put in your password. And now you see all of the space that's available. So this first one is my main hard drive. This second one is a hard drive I made for testing purposes that we can use for this example. And then the rest is the ZRAM space, which is actually a swap space. So that's not very important. The one we're concerned with here is this SDB2. So I'm going to go back down here, and another command is to show the make and model or model number of the hard drive. That might be important for various different reasons. There it is, and that's how you get it. So that's hdparm, the -i, and then the file path to the hard drive, and then that tells it the model. Now, you can use this to unmount this next command here, and I'm not even sure if I'm mounted. So we're going to see if I am mounted, and I am. So this next command here will unmount the hard drive. As you see, it disappeared down there. This next one is to check for bad blocks and to create a log of those bad blocks. This will take a long time, so I'm probably going to cancel out. These are the different things you can add right here. So you can also put the dash in there if you wish. So the S one that I have right there is a process indicator. The -v over there gives a verbose output. The -w would enable destructive read and write. That you would use when you either A, want to destroy the information, or possibly on a new hard drive. I wouldn't use that one though. Then there's the -n. That would be a non-destructive read and write. I would use that on a new hard drive. So let's say you ordered a hard drive on eBay. I would use that one. And then you could create a log of the bad blocks. So I'm going to use this one here. It's an older hard drive. So I'm not going to do a destructive one, but there's nothing on it, so it wouldn't matter really if I did. And then we're going to hit enter. And then it says, I'm going to take that other dash out of there. Okay, so I guess that putting that other dash doesn't work in there, but now it's going to go through and it'll give you the percentage that it is done. I could pause the video and we could wait till the end, but I don't want to do that. So this one's actually going pretty fast, but that's a really fast hard drive that I have. I replaced it because I'm an energy efficient person, so I replaced it with energy efficient hard drives. But this will find any errors, and you'll see that right there as it's going. So it's about almost 3% done now, but I could let it finish, but I don't want to because it's a junk hard drive anyway. So then once that finishes, you're going to use this one. Now it probably won't work because I didn't let it finish. But what this command does is it's telling the E2 FSCK to the file system to not use the bad blocks that were logged on this drive. So, and this is also where we save the file. So this is the file path to the file. So whenever you boot up, it's going to omit any bad blocks found. Now this helps a lot of hard drives last longer. If it's like damage of some sort, a lot of times you can get years of use out of a hard drive that's going bad. But in this case, but you'd still want to eventually replace it and understand too that the hard drive still may go bad at any time. This kind of prolongs it. So really you're just prolonging it until you get a new hard drive. Another way to do that, and we can try to run that command, but it's not going to work. Oops, well, Perhaps I should be on the right window. And so there's that one. So it did go through, but there's nothing there for it to go on. We can also do the same thing by doing this on with this program here and paste. And it essentially kind of does the same thing. I just kind of like breaking bad blocks down just a little bit better. We're again not going to let it go all the way through. And so I'm going to stop it. We're going to reopen the command line. Then, now that's a junk hard drive for me. So we can use bad blocks to wipe it. So let's say I had important information or something on there. You should do this with any hard drive when you're done anyway, is wipe it. And now it's wiping that hard drive, and it'll go over it 3 times and it tells you how much it's done. And it uses bad blocks to do that. We don't need to use bad blocks to do that though. There's also another way. But this one is a bit more thorough. So we're going to go back to System Tools and open that up. And here's the other one. You can use a shred command, paste, and this will shred all the information on the hard drive. So let's say you kept bank statements or something on that hard drive. This will do 3 passes. And it's going to completely destroy everything on that hard drive and give you information. So that's how far it is. That's the percentage done. That's the size of the hard drive. But we're not going to let that finish either because I don't care about that hard drive. But so that's the commands that you can use. There's other things that you can do, and I'll show you those to test or check for bad hard drives. So a common one that comes in Ubuntu's is this disks program. I don't really like this one because it screws up a lot of things for me. But right there, and since we were erasing, it's kind of unknown. But there are things you can do here like check file system and repair file system and all that. I'm not going to do any of that. Because I just don't like how that program works, but that's another option. There's also Gparted has some tools. Gparted is a very old partitioning program that most Linuxes have or come with or can use. As you see, that's all unallocated because what we were doing. So we need to create a partition table, and that says device partitions. So we're going to go to device, create a partition table, and we're going to apply. So now we can create a partition, an extension for primary partition. We're going to add, and then we can't manage the flags yet. So we're going to click apply and then go. So this will create a new partition in here so that we can kind of continue working, and it doesn't take that long. Now a lot of times if you reboot and you do it this way, it won't boot up. So I always tick the flag to boot, and that seems to make it work. And now you notice that it's not listed in there. But it will be when you reboot. That's kind of why I like to do that one. And then the last one, what is it? System Tools. Gsmartcontrol. This is one of my favorite tools because it's so easy and it's graphical. This is that hard drive that we were working on, and it says passed. You can go to device and you enable smart data and the other stuff. You can perform read data or perform other tests, and you can view the details. So this is just the general information, another place where you can see the device model and all that, like I showed you how to do. Here's where you can see some other stuff, and this device, or this hard drive, is kind of old, so it's previously failed on some sector counts and spin up time and raw read error rate. That's pretty normal. There's some statistics when you do self-tests. You can pick which self-test you do. And then to execute them, there's the error logs if there are any errors, and the temperature log, and then some advanced stuff. You can do error recovery. We didn't finish any of those, and I don't want to. So there's that information. But in here, if there's any failures or any issues, they're going to be in red if they're common issues that you need to look out for. But a lot of those commands that I showed you earlier you'll still have the red marks in here, but it'll avoid those areas or those problems if it has to do with like sector counts and stuff. All right. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.